So your starter question today is, what is a simile, and how do we use similes? What do we use them for? Now, we've done this throughout year 4 and we did a lesson on it yesterday, but if you need to go back and just remind yourselves, you know, what they are, you can go back to the video that I did yesterday, or, you know, you can do some of your own research, look back through your book. Okay, but we need to just keep remembering what we use similes for and how it's effective. So if you want to, write that for your starter, and then we can move on to what we are learning today. So I am learning to story map the camel's account of the video. So we've done story maps a lot in year 4 when we do big pieces of writing, when we're planning it, don't we? But if we need a reminder, I have actually done one, so I'm going to show you which one I have done. So this is the first part of my story map, and as you can see, I've started off with my camel. Now remember in the video that the camel was kind of just watching his master do some digging. You know, we can talk about how he felt. So I've put the sun was as hot as fire as it burnt through the cloud. Okay, so I'm talking about my environment. How was I feeling? I've got some describing words. I've got boiling, roasting. The sand felt like rocks hitting my skin. Okay, so maybe there was a little bit of wind and the camel couldn't move out of the way. You know, how did the camel feel in the first scene, just watching his master dig? Now the next part of the story, the master, the archaeologist, finds what I would say was a blue tablet, okay, but I don't just want a blue tablet, that's really boring. So I've put, all of a sudden, my master finds a sapphire tablet with ruby stones, okay? Really, you know, we just don't want blue tablets. Blue is so boring. Talk about sapphire, maybe talk about the ocean. It was as blue as the ocean. That's a fantastic simile I've used there. It makes the reader think, wow, this must be so blue because the ocean is so blue. I've got ruby red, sapphire, golden and glimmering, okay? And remember, we can also draw our tablet, you know, make it prettier than mine. Put some more gems on there and jewels and maybe some gold. So the next part of my storyboard, we're talking about the pyramid changing shape, okay? This is gonna shock the camel because not many pyramids change its shape. Okay, so maybe the pyramid changed shape like a chameleon changes colour, okay? We've got godlike, giant, golden, bold, all these words that are describing the pyramid, okay? Why is my master walking towards it? We can use rhetorical questions. So the camel's asking himself, why is my master this is scary stuff, you know, why is my master walking towards a pyramid that's changing shape like a chameleon that changes its colour, okay? And we're going to move on to the part of the story where the camel, remember you're being the camel, takes the tablet and puts it in his mouth. Now, you know, in the account of the camel might not think it's a tablet. It might think it's some sort of food. You know, I've put, the tablet called to me like a crystal candy in the sun. Okay, because it's so shiny, maybe the camel thought it was a treat. A deep pool of crystal clear water. Maybe the sun is so hot that the camel thought this was a drink. You know, I dribbled, but it sparkled. Okay, so think of some adjectives as well that we can describe the tablet as we're chewing it, okay? The next part I've talked about is my master getting trapped in the pyramid and then being shot out. So that is my master being shot out. And I've used some onomatopoeia here. I've used swoop, crash, boom, okay? To really show the reader the massive noise that maybe my master makes when coming out of the pyramid. Suddenly my master, who had gotten stuck in the pyramid, shot out of it like a bullet from a gun, okay? So I've used some great features here to describe how my master flew out of the pyramid, okay? And finally, I'm going to conclude my piece because obviously my master has just landed on the floor and I don't think my master looks too happy. So, you know, is my master angry? I swallowed the remote? You know, I could ask myself another rhetorical question. I wonder if we will ever see the secrets again. My master, who was as white as a sheet, was happy to be back. Okay, so maybe it ends quite nicely. Maybe the master is happy to see you, the camel, again, and we can ask ourselves some rhetorical questions about what actually happened. So these are my story boards together, my story maps. As you can see, I've boxed them. And I boxed them because these, I feel, are the most important parts of the story. We have the camel at the beginning, we have finding the tablet, the pyramid changing, we have the camel eating the tablet and changing the pyramid. We have our master getting stuck and shooting out of the pyramid, and the conclusion. So I've boxed mine up, okay? When doing our big piece of writing, we might want to also box these up so it'll be easier to make paragraphs. We can talk, the first paragraph can be the introduction, talking about our master, the archaeologist, what is he digging for? And the next paragraph could be, wow, he finally finds something. And this is how we can plan for our big piece of writing, which we're going to do tomorrow. So that was my story map, and I used similes, onomatopoeia, commas for my relative clauses and alliteration, and rhetorical questions. But remember, in these I always have to do my full stops and my capital letters and my commas, remember. They're the most important things. So I've done all my features, okay? And I've also done some sentences as well. Now doing sentences is going to be so much easier when you come to actually writing your piece, okay? Because you can just go back to your plan and go, oh, I already have a sentence for that, brilliant. Okay, and then I box them so I know where my next paragraph is, okay?